because I wanted to know, all right, this is plainly getting to my emotions. How in the world do I control my emotions?
How much of it, though, Gary? Let's review those three kinds of doubt: factual, emotional, volitional. How much of your doubt? How much of it was factual? How much of it was emotional? How much was it volitional?
All three, because I mean, this went on for 10 straight, and then 10 more intermittent years, and that was after I got my PhD. I went through the Buddhist thing. It started out factual, very factual for years, and I kept saying, I didn't tell people this. I didn't say it in a mean way, but I would say, hey, look, either give me data or don't talk to me. I mean, I want evidence. I don't want you telling me your faith is firm, God will make you feel good, whatever. Listen to this sermon. But it was facts, and I would go after data because I rejected a bunch of the general apologetic arguments for, say, the reliability of the New Testament. I thought it's all good. There's some good arguments there, but I just couldn't get to what I thought was the main part. Then I started having emotional doubts, and I started picturing dying and the leaves blowing over my grave. It was always a fall scene when I thought about it. The leaves blown over my grave, and there's no meaning to life because I didn't exist. Death was non-existence. In fact, when I was hired at Liberty University by a guy that a lot of people know, David Beck, who's still here, when he hired me, we were talking a few months later, and he said, you know something? He said, you went through all those doubts, and you became kind of a student of David Hume during your doubts. He said, you know something? I think you got to think about this seriously. He said, for all the foibles in David Hume's philosophy, I think he's rubbed off on you a little too deeply. You're a little more skeptical than you ought to be. He actually said that to me after I was teaching here at Liberty, and I'd already had 5 years under my belt teaching in Christian colleges. And of course, the Buddhist years were after the PhD. So there were some troubling times, I was really honest. And then I went to the emotional thing. And that's when I learned, Frank, cognitive therapy and went and studied with Albert Ellis and did a little diploma in rational and motive behavior therapy because I wanted to know, all right, this is plainly getting to my emotions. How in the world do I control my emotions? And if I give you a quick example, you know, it's a nasty game. I can't call it a kid's game, but you know, rock, paper, and scissors, right?
Sure, yeah.
And of course, the rock crushes the scissors. And you go, well, yeah, that's what rocks would do. The scissor cuts the paper. Yeah, that's what scissors do. But then the paper comes down on the rock and it covers it. And the rock doesn't stand a chance against the paper. Now, to me, that is a great illustration of emotional doubt. You can have that rock with a foundation, and paper can move you because you're what-ifing it. And one of the first questions I ask a person, how do you know if it's factual or emotional? We're whole people. So doubt bleeds across the categories. But how do you know it's mostly emotional? Here's my two questions. Do you what if a lot? What if it's false? Do you have any evidence? No, but what if it is? Okay. Here's the stronger one. Does your doubt hurt? But yeah, it hurts. I don't know if I'm going to live forever. And it's very painful. Okay, now I know it's moved to an emotional stage because factual doubt doesn't hurt. Factual doubt is the rock, and rocks don't bleed and rocks don't hurt, but they do get covered by paper.